secret show. Yeah. Although I gather that was the impression when this first popped up. It was like, holy crap, I didn't know, Liam was reacting to the 100, and here we are. Now, there's going to be two mindsets to this. There's going to be a side of people rejoicing to this and, happy with the fact that I'm reacting to the 100. Happy days. But there's also going to be a side of people who are probably going to be thinking, if this is your secret show and you, skedaddled Flash and Supergirl away from the schedule, then there's a bit of irony there with the 100. So, considering this is CW shows. Well, the thing is, though, with the I've always felt like there's been that obligation to, if you're watching Arrow, you gotta watch The Flash, you gotta watch Supergirl, you gotta watch Legends, and, your schedule is a bit, tied up at this point. 'Cause I always saw Summer as the best opportunity to react to brand new stuff, because the CW wasn't on. The DC CW shows, should I say. And I think there is going to be a lot, I guess, less hassle with this, because this is not DC, and I'm not expecting, my expectations are not playing into factor here, because with DC shows, it's like, well, I hope they do, the Flash justice, or all that jazz, and the Flash has not been too favourable as of recent. And I felt like, as a whole, I need to take a break from the DC CW stuff, but I've still left the door up, because there could be that opportunity that, other areas of the CW show are more acclaimed than, the DC CW stuff. I mean, they're more reputable because they've got an iconic legacy anyways with the comics. But, it's like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, a lot of people don't see that as the superior superhero show when it actually is. I mean, that is my opinion, but let's be honest, it's a fact, isn't it? No, honestly, that's the thing. I mean, this might not, hold out well in terms of reputation compared to The Flash or Arrow and all that because of the legacy. This might be a hidden gem. This might be another one of those hidden gems. Who knows? But I was never going to disqualify, the CW from new opportunities, of course, because, like I said, there could be that opportunity, that there's other shows out there that, might be able to fare well in the long run, of course, because, the CW, they have a kind of a skewed history in terms of their quality, like, oh, this season's good, or this season's bad, but it's good again, but, apart from Legends has been consistent all the time, and now I've jinxed that, haven't I? But in all seriousness, hello everyone, Liam Catterson here, and this is the secret show that I've been hyping for so many months. Like I said, there's probably going to be some people who are groaning at the fact because there's going to be like, you've been teasing this for quite some time. It's the 100. I'm disappointed. There's probably going to be a few people there. But, no, truth be told, this has been in my consideration books for quite some time. I remember running it against a poll of agents, against Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. last year. Agents decimated it, understandably so. But, there was still a bunch of people who wanted me to watch the 100, and, that, eagerness continued to this day. So, I thought, you know what? I may as well, because it's got 5 seasons anyways, and I said that I wanted to try new things. There's a bit of irony, of course, like I said with the CW, but this is 5 seasons. So, with that little bit of a shake-up in my schedule, I thought, you know what, best to do it now. Otherwise, I'm going to keep holding this off, and I'll never get there. I know it's going to be a bit of a long intro, so I know you probably skipped to the 5-minute mark or whatever. But I wanted to explain myself, and I just want to say I'm really, really excited to be checking this out finally, because like I said, it's been quite some time. And it's been funny because I've been teasing this show for quite some time. I knew what I wanted to react to. I was saying, okay, so I'm going to react to a secret show alongside My Hero Academia, Ruby, Doctor Who, Legends of Tomorrow, and Arrow. That's going to be my schedule, of course. And Iron Fist, but, that's not going to go into November. I believe Yeah, I think that's the case, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, I knew what I wanted to react to, and I knew I wanted to react to the 100, but I wanted to keep that one secret show hidden. And like I said, I knew there was a few people who were still wondering if I was going to react to the 100, and lo and behold, this was it. So when people were, it was actually funny. There was someone saying, "Oh, there's the 100. That has like 13 episodes, I believe, a season. So it's not that bad actually, because there's like 5 seasons. It's not like 20 odd episodes, which would make it a bit more difficult for me to react to. But 13 I can, I guess, take. But yeah, someone was saying, "Oh, there's 13 episodes, so that might be doable." I'm like, you don't even know what I've got cooked up in my soup. But I had to play the convincing game. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, to that person, I fiddled you good. But yeah, this is it. I don't know what this show entails. I'm coming into this like I do with, most of my shows, completely raw. No idea what I'm about to expect. And hopefully, this is going to be one of those shows that I might enjoy, because whereas this is, CW and that tears towards teen drama, I don't really look at genres like it's more steering towards kids or teens as a defining factor on how good a show could be, because Doctor Who is compatible for kids, but in my eyes that's the best show of all time in my opinion. So whereas it might be, nowadays it'll be compatible for kids. I mean, series 10, especially towards the end, not a chance. No, but that's more steered towards children, and, like I said, that's the best show, so I don't really see genres. It might be, CW might be steered towards, tiered towards teens, but I don't see that as a definitive factor to find a quintessential show, in my opinion. So, I'm hoping that, considering, all of my CW reactions have been DC, this is going to be something, it's going to be something completely different, because as far as I'm aware, this has no ties to DC. But, I'm hoping that this is going to feel like this is going to be different in terms of quality. This is going to be, I wouldn't say Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. worthy of quality where it's consistent throughout, but, really, really good in terms of quality. So I have no idea, but we'll just delve into this. So with that said, let's delve into the very first episode of the 100. Really looking forward to this. Let's go.
It's been 97 years since a nuclear apocalypse killed everyone on Earth, leaving the planet simmering in radiation. Fortunately, there were survivors. 12 nations had operational space stations at the time of the bombs. There is now only the Ark.
Yeah.
One station. Every crime, no matter how small, is punishable by death unless you're under 18. No,
what?
It's my father's.
Take it off.
No!
What, even shoplifting? You accidentally call someone an idiot and then you get sent.
Offenders get put here. Lock up.
What, Clark?
Clark. You get to go to Earth.
So it's basically survive on this desolate Earth, ravaged by radiation. Awesome.
I can't die knowing that you hate me.
They didn't arrest my father while they executed him. I do hate you.
Oh. Damn. So Wells messed up. He might have to die with that. Another happy landing.
Listen.
Obligatory. And Octavia dies from radiation. I'm kidding. Seems. Make that first step. Make that first step. It's one small step for mankind. Okay. Statement.
You don't like being called princess, do you, princess?
Do you see that peak?
This guy sounds like a jerk. Good. Just
Yeah.
toss him into it.
Mount Weather. There's a radiation-soaked forest between us and our next meal.
I like
You
how
dropped
odds.
us on the wrong weather. Not because the Chancellor said so, but because the longer we wait, the hungrier we'll get and the harder this will be. How long do you
you'll
think
all
we'll
be
last
dropping
without those
dead.
supplies? We're looking at a 20-mile trek, okay?
We have to stick
So if we
together,
wanna get there before
teamwork, come
dark,
on.
we need to leave.
Yes.
Now.
I got a better idea. You two go. Find it for us. Let the privileged do the hard work for a change.
Oh.
Kid's got one leg. How about you wait until it's a fair fight?
Oh.
Hey, Spacewalker. Rescue me next.
That.
Abby? What's wrong? The Chancellor's been shot.
That was what. That Bell dude. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Well, that, my friend?
You're talking about no animals?
No animals, huh?
Yeah. Just watch it, y'all. Uh-oh. Oh! It's radiation. Yeah, got called out on the fallout.
He's the only person on the ark
Yep.
unaccounted for.
Who is he?
He's no one. A janitor. We're still working up a profile, but his motive for going to Earth is clear.
Was he from Jessica Jones?
Moving the 100 from the population only buys us another month. Engineering needs
boy.
more than that to fix those systems, if they can fix them at all.
You have my answer, Commander. Enough. If we're gonna kill hundreds of innocent people, we're gonna do it by the book. Is that clear? In the meantime, I want to know who helped
this is not good.
janitor get on that dropship.
Oh boy,
Sure
there.
Hal didn't do it by himself. Seems we have a traitor in our midst, Commander. And 100 have an assassin in theirs.
Did it all for her sister though, which is kind of sweet.
Current population level, there's roughly 3 months left of life support. Maybe 4 now that we're gone.
So that was the secret they locked you up to keep? Why they kept you in solitary? Floated your old man?
To
My
reduce
father
that
was the engineer who
panic.
discovered the flaw. He thought the people had a right to know.
Yeah.
The council disagreed. My mother disagreed.
But people are dying. They
were
have a
afraid
right
it
to
would cause
know.
a panic. We were going to go public anyway when Wells.
What? Turned in your dad?
Anyway,
Crappy,
the
isn't
guards
it?
showed up before we could.
Damn, human evolution.
today.
You
That's why it
are
was worth the risk.
so
Even if we all die. at least.
troublesome. Oh god, there is a. He's looking. Yeah, there is a monster. Oh shit! There is a monster.
Get out of the water.
Oh shit! I was right. See, don't rush into things. Oh shit! Is that? What is it? Is that an eel or? Yeah, I think it looks it. It looks so like a mutated eel or something like that.
It's coming back. It's headed right for you.
Gee.
Come on, keep moving.
No, I think it's a bit fatter than that. Oh, oh damn! She got a bite.
Your father did
Oh
that.
dearie.
My father didn't write the laws.
No, he enforced them.
She wasn't kidding when she
Not
said
anymore.
for being born.
Not here. Here, there are no laws. Here,
Freedom.
we do whatever the hell we want, whenever the hell we want.
Oh,
You don't have to
Bellamy.
like it, Wells. You can even try to stop it, change it, kill me. You know why?
He's got an army though, so it's like, nah, not
Whatever the hell
happening.
we want. Whatever the hell we want! Whatever the hell we want!
Revolution! Woo! Real rain! Woo! I mean, that fire might.
Whatever the hell you want.
I mean, he's thinking more rationally.
Execution is set for the morning, and I choose at every turn and at any cost to make sure that the human race stays alive.
That's a difference between us, Kane.
Shit.
I choose to make sure that we deserve to stay alive.
Morality. Oof. But he said, oh, we'll execute innocents by the book though, so.
You read anything about glow-in-the-dark forests or man-eating snakes?
So it's like a snake in the river. They're gonna share a moment. I can tell they're gonna share a moment.
And if I have to take us down to a cosmic Adam and Eve, I will do it.
Ah,
Please.
this guy's got.
Show mercy.
Yeah, he needs to show a bit of restraint, doesn't he?
Not for Abby, then for me.
We can't afford mercy either.
Dude! I'm gonna get it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get it off, even though he doesn't. I still feel bad for Wells. Wells is dead. Of course, it's a kind of a genius plan if you want liberation, but of course you want to be there for the people as well.
Talk to Sinclair and engineering. Not if you understand.
Last bit of advice, last bit of hope for the...
Stop!
Oh. Oh?
Dr. Griffin
Oh,
is pardoned.
Oh, Chancellor just made it. Alright, awesome. Sit your ass down.
I'll deal with you later.
Float him.
Open the door.
He's gonna snap Jasper. Luke Skywalker this. Kiss Finn. Oh well. Oof. Ouch. Awesome. But there's gonna be a bit of a twist, isn't there? Oh!
Jasper!
Oh, Jasper was really neat as well. Oh,
Come on!
too dangerous. Nah, not happening. Ah, Jasper. Ah, dang it.
We're not alone.
Oh, definitely. Ooh, who's getting trigger happy with the spears? So yeah, that was a really intriguing opener to the 100. Really loved it. It wasn't too crazy and like, oh my god, okay, well after one episode I'm super invested of whatever, but it was very intriguing and enough to make me, wonder what happens from here on and what happens with, some people being corrupt on the Ark, of course. There's a lot of factors to consider, of course, especially the fact that there are survivors, aside from the 100, on the surface, it seems, because unless someone's decided to go rogue, from the 100 and whatnot, then, I don't think, that was someone from the 100, so whoever, used a spear, so I'm imagining there's going to be, some kind of regression, like, in terms of how people have survived, like, I don't know, for some reason I'm not Horizon Zero Dawn is a bad example because, that utilized technology. Although they could do, because technology will still probably be prominent after a war. But, I was gonna think, it's that survival, like they use bows and arrows and all that kind of stuff, javelins, of course, as we saw, after poor Jasper died. Of course Jasper had to go. After I made that joke about, he's gonna fall in the water, that's not gonna be strong enough, and then, he makes it, and down. Anywho, it was a very interesting opener, of course. I'm not sure if the 97 years since the war was from present day terms, the war happened in 2018, and I'm guessing this is 5 years back, so 2013, I'm guessing? So I'm not sure, if this was like 2,100, would that be? No, I did my math wrong. That would be like 2,110. So that would be the year, if I'm right. But, it could be, 97 years in, Clark's perspective, so. Yeah, I mean, it was a very, very, fun opener, of course, especially with the fact that we were established with these strict laws that humanity have confined to, with, how the population kept growing, and you saw, like, this rogue, well, I wouldn't say rogue, I would, in a sense. I mean, they don't seem like, well, what they seem to believe is what they're doing is the right call, it seems, especially as a way to, stop humanity from starving out. They've got to take some extreme measures. I mean, you saw that guy who was, going to sentence Dr. Griffin to execution say that if we're going to do this, if we're going to execute innocents, we're going to do it by the book. So they're not going to straight up cause a massacre or whatever just because they can. They'll find some kind of sugarcoating way to say that it's right, but it's not right at the end of the day, of course. But, I mean, I was thinking, I was just thinking, as soon as they were going to try and, float off Dr. Griffin, I was thinking, there's surely you've got a better idea. Like, why don't you, I don't know, band Dr. Griffin with a bunch of other criminals, like you did with the 100, and not just, what the interesting thing I find here is they're sending, I guess kids, I don't know, like, how old, the rest is, like, I don't know if Clark is the youngest, I doubt she is, of course, but, no, I think she is. I think she might be, because she's not 18 yet, of course, but, they've given this opportunity to people who've committed crimes to explore the Earth, see if it's habitable again, and lo and behold, of course. Since it is habitable and, people began speculating what could be causing the deaths, of course, of a few people, of course, they, began getting comfortable and, starting taking some studies and all that. I mean, I think Griffin was, already, jubilant about the fact that they found water. So, just jot it down. And then, it's great to, make that observation, because you don't want to, say, oh, the air's habitable. Okay, let's go back to Earth. And then what you eat is suddenly you turn mutated and all that. Yeah. They're conducting their little bit of studies. But what I was thinking as well is, if you're sending, a bunch of, I guess, kids or whatever to, Earth to see if Earth is habitable again, why not send people across the universe as well? Like, do the same thing. Those who've committed, I guess, wrong-ish acts, I guess, because the laws are very, very strict, of course, but they have to up the ante as a means. It all goes back to that by the book thing, of course. There's a strict way of going about, punishing people who've done wrong, or wrong in your books, because, from what we were told, Clark was basically saying how she was, she knew what was going on, and to reduce panic, they were like, okay, you're not gonna preach anything, so into the cell you go, you're getting sentenced. So, it was it's very, very interesting to see how very strict they are, but I don't know, I'm just thinking, send them off somewhere, like Jupiter, try and terraform a planet or whatever. Surely surely this is 2100, surely, well, then again, like I said, it might be a bit, regressed, I guess, the resources and technology following nuclear war, of course, but I don't know. Still try and find there's surely got to be, like, if you, I don't know, have some kind of similar situation to the Ark where you can raise a family, but on this shuttle traveling across the stars, and then you can reach a habitable Earth. Because the thing is, with like a lot of articles, they say, hey, NASA found a planet that's basically like Earth. It's habitable and all that. So I am sure, well, what's funny is I'm putting my mind into 2018 about how news articles report, and I'm not considering the fact that there's a nuclear war, so there's no news outlet there. There will be on the Ark potentially, of course, but nothing global. Like, oh, we found, like NASA found this planet or whatnot. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, go out there, find a habitable planet, because the problem with 2018, I guess, is there's that fear of overpopulation. Now, I'm guessing, especially with the fact that we had a nuclear war and it kind of, wiped out a lot of the population, but there's still some available to survive on the Ark. That's not going to be a problem if the Earth is habitable, but once they return to Earth, that's not going to be a problem. But, I think humanity's other goal as well is to explore the stars as well. And I think that would be a really, really good case of punishing if you're going by a strict law, it'd be a very, very good way of, punishing people on the Ark. Like, exile them from the Ark, but give them that opportunity, lab rat them as well. Like you're doing with the kids, of course, because, that Earth could still be, poisonous. I mean, they said it was 200 years. Well, they theorized it was going to take 200 years until Earth could, be back to normal, I guess. I completely lost track there, but it's funny how that ramble is, situated around, the Griffin scene, like exile her as well. I'm just thinking, there's so many possibilities rather than, make them float into space or give them a grueling death. Just lab rat them, and, as well as the kids. Like, there's so many opportunities. I don't know. Anywho, yeah, it was very, very great getting into the personalities as well of, the 100 as well, especially, as well. I consider the 100 and, Bellamy as well, because he wasn't really part of the 100. He just snuck aboard. He shot the Chancellor as a means to get to his sister as well. So, it was just really, really interesting delving into the personalities, and, some people are a bit reckless, like, Octavia, it seems. Of course, diving into that river without thought, of course. But there are some people who are using their heads. And there's that liberation versus, righteous arc going on, especially between Wells and, Bellamy, of course, because, Bellamy's like, well, we're on Earth now. They can't do jack shit. So if we take off the bracelets, then, they can't really, they can't extract, they're using us. That's the thing. And you do sympathize a bit because, that's what they are at the end of the day. The people sent, the 100 are basically lab rats. And you do have that sense of guilt for them because that at the end of the day, that's what they are. They're lab rats. They are expendable. But of course, you also side with Wells as well because he's doing the right thing because he wants humanity to evolve. He wants to, give humanity that hope, of course. And innocents are dying, of course, on the Ark. They have got a finite amount of time left before they could perish. Because, like we've alluded to, resources are getting low. People are going to have to end up dying, especially with that guy. Of course, he was like, alluding to the fact that, he's going to have to execute some people so we can live a bit longer, of course. But you see both sides, of course, but I think the way Bellamy, reacted is a bit more aggressive, of course. Especially with the fact that, he, went to hostile means to take the bracelet off Wells, of course. So, Bellamy's, a bit shaky, of course, especially with, this, ravenous aspect to him. I say that, of course, he seems a bit ravenous. He had a following, of course, when he was like, oh, we are free, yeah, all that kind of stuff. But he has this kind of ravenous, character to him. So, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that develops, of course. And, I can see some kind of civil war, potentially between those, cause, like I said, there's that righteous arc to what Wells is doing. And you've already got a little group all together anyways, with Finn included, with Clark as well. I'm sure them two had a little bit of a moment, of course. And you got a few others. They seem to have their own kind of huddled group, of course, but it doesn't look good, does it? Like, it seems like there's a lot of backing behind Bellamy's, liberation group. So, but I can see that little conflict going on, like the righteousness to that freedom. Like, we can finally be ourselves and without being restricted by harsh laws. And like, this is what I'm saying. It's very, very harsh. Like, the way they are living is very harsh, but of course this is like an excusable means. They are taking laws into their own hands as a means to try and, I guess, suppress the population because, it's gonna get overcrowded. It's not looking good, and people are gonna end up dying, and that's of course what that guy is doing, of course, with that talk about, we're gonna kill people, we're gonna do it by the books. Anywho, that was a very, very intriguing episode, of course. It was really, really great exploring the Earth, of course. Having the 100 discover basically the Earth, and, especially Octavia, who is, so joyful about the Earth, like, oh, look at me, I'm so happy with the Earth and all that. She was the first one to make the step onto Earth, of course, and, she was swinging around trees and just enjoying herself, but she is a bit reckless, of course. But then again, you make those choices, don't you? This is your first time on Earth, so... But as well as the fact that, they discovered that two-headed beer, we saw the ramifications of the war, I assume, of course, especially with that snake, I think it was in the water, of course, that, really took a bite out of Octavia, of course, going back to that recklessness thing, of course. But yeah, overall it was great, exploring the 100's journey, first time discovering Earth, and it will be very, very interesting to see who else is surviving on Earth as well. Like I said, that spear that Jasper took, not good. But yeah, that was the 100. First episode, pretty pretty interesting, and I'm really, really intrigued to see what happens next. So hopefully you guys enjoy that reaction. But until the next time, I hope you guys, I usually end it with that, but yeah. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!